1. Hello, what's going on, guys? It's Preach. Oh, it's podcast time. And who am I joined with? If you don't know who I am, because it's your first time watching the stream, I preach. I run the YouTube channel Mike Preach. Wow, it's fucking awesome. If you want to learn anything about your classes from an endgame raider, go and watch my channel. I usually put up a new spec, 3 specs a week at the moment, and we'll be doing some fucking more. I'm joined by my number 1 superstar, Ghost.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. What a total baller I'm joined by. Talk to me, Ghost. Who are you, and why are you in my fucking house?
I cook your tea, dude. I'm just a chef.
This guy came to my house, guys, and cooked me dinner. That's right, that's how a fucking baller rolls. A baller gets his lackeys to cook his dinner for him. That's right, he made some quesadillas. Quesadillas up in that bitch. So I'm going to be some spicy-ass motherfucker in the morning. I'm going to be absolutely fucking shitting it. Anyway, first things first, apologies. Apologies for the podcast being cancelled last week. Absolutely. To put it in perspective, me and Ghosty rocked up 20 minutes. We had hours before the podcast started.
Booser was here as well.
Booser was here. Booser the boss, who you will exactly meet at some point, hopefully. So Booser the baller was here. We had Ghost ready to rock and roll. We had some dinner. We talked about Thor. We were ready to rock. I'd just come back from Orlando. We were ready to go. 20 minutes before we start, internet goes down. Absolute chaos ensued as we tried to sort it out. I was on the phone to our ISP, trying to get it going. And in the end, we just couldn't do anything, could we? It was absolutely abysmal.
No, we sacked off trying. Tried to put a film on. Started to watch The Watchmen.
The Watchmen.
Awesome film.
Which you got pissed off, actually, because we kept talking through it, and you take your films very serious.
The Watchmen.
Like, super serious. Like, you must watch this bit. Well, you won't know who Rorschach is, and that'll piss you off.
Do you know who Rorschach is?
I know who Rorschach is. He's a ginge.
Does Booser know who Rorschach is?
No.
No, because you talked through it.
Well, one day you'll find out. I don't think he was enjoying the movie anyway. So, yeah, Max, apologies, guys, for not being able to do the cast last week. It actually annoys us. This is one of the most fun things we do. On top of the YouTube channel, it's definitely one of our most fucking amazing things. But anyway, yeah, so I went to Florida for 2 weeks. Orlando, Florida, which, as we've got some Americans here, and I think we need to do a huge effing shout out right now to the guy in the chat, RHPHME, or if you don't understand what that means, I'm not going to say it because it's quite abusive. It's abusive is what it is, if you understand what it is. I'll let you guys break down those letters yourself to work out what it actually means.
Have a chat with him in this room, but don't insult him. He sits on rockets for his job.
He does sit on rockets, but this is a huge shout out because not only does this guy defend America with his cock, balls and guts and glory, which is awesome sauce, he fucking did the background for my YouTube channel.
He did do.
He did do, and it's not good enough.
It's not good. It was a big build-up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. He did my wallpaper. Don't like it.
Don't like it.
Unbelievable.
It's piss poor, RH, and quite frankly, I want it changed. Only joking, but yeah, that's absolutely amazing. He just did it off his own back, sorted out the back end. So if you like the back of the YouTube channel, that is all RH's. So a big salute goes out to him because he's in the US. Or is he not in the US at the moment? Are you still in Korea? Are you still facing those fast-fingered gits in Korea? Because I've seen their APN. On StarCraft, dude, and if those Koreans come to attack you, RH, I think you're buggered, to be honest, because you've got some Jimmy Stiff fingers.
You can't be a clicker in a tank, RH.
No, you can't be a clicker in a tank, and quite frankly, RH, even though you are military trained, you've got some ridiculously slow fingers. I go one-on-one with you in an FPS any day.
I do like it, though. It started as like a big tribute to RH. Nice to see you back defending the country and stuff. And now it's just like, it's slowly tipped over the rainbow, and now it's like, dude, the wallpaper's not good enough. You're not quick enough to beat other people. What are you doing? Taxpayers' money, RH.
You're not trying hard enough, RH, but yeah, huge thank you. Thanks for tuning in, RH. I know it's not easy for you guys in the US. And we've also got Genji in the chat, which is fucking amazing. Genji's a superstar. We've got a Thunder Fury this week.
What?
He got a Thunder Fury.
Oh,
I shit you not. He got a Thunder Fury this week, which was awesome to see Genji finally get his Thunder Fury. Any of you who've watched the PvP movie, which featured me and Ghost, I finally managed to upload that to my YouTube channel because it is 48 minutes long, and it took so long to get that video out.
That was so cool.
It was. It took 6 months of creation to watch that to create that PvP movie. If you've not seen it on my YouTube channel, it's YouTube/MikePreachWow. Go and check it out because, quite frankly, we loved making it.
Yeah.
It took me 6 months, so I'm not going to make it again. You know, I'm not really going to invest that much time into making a video again, I don't think, but it was so awesome, and it got us 424,000 views on Warcraft movies. 424,000 views and got us Hall of Fame, and basically it was me and Ghost, as you're hearing right now, just chatting and having a beer and just talking about what we were watching.
Tactics and insults, bro.
Tactics and insults. Captain Cyclone. Classic. Absolutely classic.
Suck on that, mate.
Suck on that, mate. Absolutely classic. So yeah, the PvP movie is fucking awesome. So if you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It's up on the channel now. I finally managed to get it out there. Really, really good stuff. So yeah, apologies for being 1 week late. But we're here, and that's what matters. So anyway, Orlando, Americanisms.
Get back to it. Go
It
for
was almost like I was expecting to turn up in the US and have a burger thrown at my face, followed by a burrito.
It's not like that.
It's not like that at all. No, it's not. It's similar to the UK.
I'm going to Spain then.
If you want to eat like a fat bastard, you can. If you want to eat like a fat bastard.
It's an option. It's not.
Yeah, you have to order something ridiculous to eat something ridiculous. The stupidest thing I got while I was there is I ordered some breakfast and I got some bacon and eggs, like a total boss. I was living the dream, got some bacon and eggs, and while I was over there, what happens? They throw pancakes at my way.
Dude.
So the woman actually walks over with these pancakes, and I'm sat there and I'm like, I didn't order any pancakes. Do I look like I want pancakes? I want some bacon and eggs.
Everyone wants pancakes.
I don't want pancakes for
That's
breakfast.
a tradition in my house now. Purely from that is on my birthday is pancakes, bacon, syrup, butter, boom.
Oh, I don't even eat butter, man. That is harsh. But yeah, she turns up with the pancakes, so I said I didn't order pancakes. Pancakes are free with every breakfast, so I could go in there and order an OJ. That's right, pick that up in America as well.
Pancakes.
Boom, pancakes
Nice.
up in your grill. Some ham and eggs coming at you. You better get your griddles ready. That's what I'm talking about. So, yeah,
I'm not prepared.
But they had 8 different types of syrups to roll on these pancakes, and that was it was pretty awesome actually. It was I had to taste that, but it's no, I was surprised. It wasn't as over the top as I thought. It was really cheap, and I enjoyed it immensely. It was so humid though. I don't know if any of the Americans in the channel have ever been to Orlando or Florida itself. Shit, that's
say
humid.
if any
Dude.
Americans in the channel have been to America. But
Well, I didn't say that, did I? Because I'm not a retard.
I'm a retard.
I'm a retard.
Start to rain, man. So what do you get up to?
Every theme park under the sun, and it was a total. Universal Studios is nerd heaven, absolute nerd heaven. It's amazing. Like Harry Potter World, even though I'm not a mega Harry Potter fan, was awesome. And fucking going into X-Men Island. So I wish
Marvel Island, dude.
Marvel Island, yeah. If I could have took you with me, I would have, just for that bit. But you would literally have had no money left ever.
Broke.
Yeah,
like
you would have been in debt for the rest of your goddamn life. It was horrible to
Got t-shirts on, mate.
Yeah, I brought you back a Deadpool t-shirt. It's the only place I've ever seen a Deadpool t-shirt. I had to pick it up for you, and I got that wonderful t-shirt for your missus. My boyfriend is Iron Man. It was so good. But yeah, I'll show you a couple of pics, guys. Check this out. This is nerd heaven. If you don't know what that sign means, I actually went into Cyberdyne Systems, which was fucking amazing. I had this nerd boner all the way in there. I was ready for blowing my socks off. It goes into there, and if you don't know what the Miles Bennett Dyson Memorial Auditorium is all about, log out, get Terminator 2, and then come back and talk to me. Come back and talk to me, and I'll explain to you why you failed for at least the last 10 years.
You were saying all the staff there, they like give you some sort of rigmarole about being employees.
They are. It's all similar. It's like being in a movie. Is you actually go into Cyberdyne Systems, and all the staff are there from Cyberdyne Systems, and it's crazy. So that was brilliant. And then we went over to some other places. Now this hippo, I laughed my balls off. This is a swimming hippo. It looked like a burrito with legs. This is what I think Genji looks like. This is what I think Genji looks like in a bath.
Yeah, but it's not got a hat on sideways or a beard like Genji.
No, he's rough.
He rolls.
He rolls. Well, he does. Look at him. He's so rotund. This is what I picture he looks like in the morning. Look how round he is and smooth.
Nice.
Yeah, I would rub Genji's belly any day of the week. And this is Harry Potter World, a full-size replica of the entire Hogwarts castle.
Nice.
It was crazy, and you went inside the castle and had the whole thing. So yeah, in terms of Nerdsville, it was absolutely brilliant, guys. It was so good. But yeah, absolutely fucking amazing stuff. Really was amazing. I loved it completely.
Yeah.
Let's move on to some WoW stuff. WoW has been interesting for the last week or so, purely because of MMO-champion. If you don't know, check MMO-champion. That's where you get most of your updates on your WoW news, really. They're almost exclusively WoW. MMO-champion posted some stats.
Nice.
And stats are a dangerous thing in the world of nerds. I don't like stats. You don't like stats. The rest of the nerd community doesn't like stats. Because why don't we like stats? Because they don't agree with what we think.
Well, mine's different. I don't like stats because it shows how much I slack.
Statistics prove your fail.
That's it.
it's like empirical evidence of sucking.
That's it. DPS me. It's kiss my ass.
So they had some stats up there. Let's talk about what those stats represent. It basically said, in terms of Firelands, okay? So Firelands is the most recent patch in World of Warcraft, right? The latest raid dungeon that we've all been sort of working at. It said like 125,000 guilds have cleared Firelands.
Okay.
125,000. That's a lot of people on normal mode. 125,000. The amount of people and this is characters now, not guilds, the amount of characters in the game that have killed Ragnaros Heroic is 2.2% of the people who killed Ragnaros Normal.
Wow. Oh, so it's not just 2.2% of the WoW population, it's actually 2.2% of the people who've killed the normal. Is that what you
Yes. It is less than 2,500 characters in the game.
Wow. That's
Less than 2,500. That's so little.
Grim.
That is grim, isn't it? That is some pretty poor action. I mean, I've killed Ragnaros Heroic now. It was no problem at all. We got sort of it wasn't a great. We got a World 300, but we did fall down a little bit on Ragnaros Heroic in his original way.
Is this after the nerf as well?
This is post-nerf.
Okay.
This is as of sort of Wednesday, I think this data went up.
Right.
As of Wednesday, that is the statistics. And they sampled that from about nearly 3 million people. 3 million characters in WoW they got these stats from. So you got less than 2,500 characters that actually killed Ragnaros Heroic, which is pretty garbage. When you consider that 95% of the guilds, this is the other stats they brought out, killed Shannok's Heroic, which is the first boss. Okay. And there's only 7. There's only 7 bosses in Firelands. So 95% of those people killed Shannok's Heroic, the first boss, and only 2.2% actually managed to kill Ragnarok.
That's a good point from Genj. That would probably include alts as well.
Now, we'll get into that. If you'll shut the fuck... I fucking hate this guy. I absolutely hate him. I just wish he'd shut his mouth.
I fucking love Genji.
You know what he is? Obnoxious American
He's not even on
stereotype.
vent and he's throwing a spanner in your works.
Oh, no, this is... I just wish I'd fucking... I cut him from my PvP movie.
Do more, Genj. Do more.
Why are you spoiling more? You
Stamp on his nuts, dude.
stamp on his nuts.
Genji is, in fact, the rain on your parade.
He is the rain on my parade. Jesus. Yeah, so, that is characters. Now, as Genji has so pointedly interrupted me with, this includes sort of alts. Alright? So, this is, if you look at a guild like, I was talking to a friend of mine from Method this week.
Okay.
His alt group is also killing Ragnaros Heroic. And now they're world second at the moment. Now, you must include that every raid guild has around 30 to 35 people. We generally rotate players on a time. And then if you've got another group, that's almost 70 characters, if not more, if they're rolling on different alts, etc. So one guild is actually providing 80 of those characters. Yeah. You then multiply that by sort of all the top guilds. You then have a lot of characters made up by very, very few people.
Oh, I see.
In terms of actual players.
Yeah.
So that wasn't the interesting thing. I sort of expected those numbers, and from that information you can either pull two things. You've got the elitist players who are very top end, who are very much saying, well, this is because the rest of the player base is bad. Yeah. You're all terrible bad, I hate you, you can't click, you're a stiff fingers, and it's just never going to work.
That's me, but without the skill.
You're the stiff fingers and no skill.
Exactly.
So you
I insult, but I really can't back it up as well. You just sub, dude, and then just go and fail somewhere else.
So, yeah, and then you've got the guys who are sort of mid-level playing saying, well, it's not that we're really bad, but Ragnaros Heroic is really hard. Okay. That's just the be-all and end-all of it. It's really, really hard, so we can't really fucking do anything about it. It's really, really hard, and it's you guys have been playing too long. And this is, I sort of take the belief in the middle ground, as I always try and do. I always try and look at it from the other point of view, is that you've got people who've been, like myself, who've been playing WoW for sort of 6-7 years, however long it's been out, since beta. And the new mechanics in the game aren't difficult for me to understand. I can understand a very difficult mechanic to a new player quite easily because more than likely I've seen that mechanic before somewhere else. Yeah. A lot of the new bosses are sort of rehashings of old mechanics all stuck together. So I kind of understand this point of view. Anyway, the interesting super bit is Blizzard replies. Blizzard totally unhappy.
On this website?
No, they replied on their forums, which was then put on MMO-champion by MMO-champion, okay? They replied on their forums, saying, MMO-champion's got it completely wrong. That data is not accurate. We have our own internal testings where we can test the entire player base to see what's going on, and we're not happy with what you're saying. We are completely don't listen to MMO-champion. Those statistics are wrong. They're inaccurate. They're the best. Yes, they're the best data that they could provide, giving a sort of hand, feeding them or something, but they're not accurate. We have our own internal testings, blah, 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 and we don't use numbers because they don't particularly back us up with what we want to say, which is all very well and good. Problem is, Blizzard doesn't provide any of these numbers, and certainly does not say, well, our numbers show that more people have killed it. Blizzard's numbers can only be less.
That's why. Do
you see my point? If Blizzard could turn around and say, no, MMO-champion, you've got it wrong, loads of people have killed Ragnaros Heroic, here is the evidence, we've got the numbers here because we can test everything, they would say it, wouldn't they?
The thing on that, though, for me, is they could be taking a higher road, and that's why they're not dishing out statistics. But on the other level is that you can pretty much guarantee at least one person in every raid is like recording stats. Is that how it works? Like you upload your stats and stuff like that?
It does it automatically now. You've got guilds, sites like WoW Progress, which will search out kills.
Well then, surely it wouldn't take a genius to actually gather those stats and then make your own.
Well, this is where MMO's pulled its stats from.
Right, okay.
And it's as accurate as you can reasonably get without having to test the whole player base.
But it's not the whole player base, but surely there's going to be only a margin of give or take with those stats.
Yes, exactly. This is my point. They're pretty accurate. Let's face facts. These numbers are pretty accurate. Yes, it's characters which are swayed by alts and so on and so on. But what you've got to remember is that Blizzard would have actually said, no, you're wrong, and boosted their own stats. So we're now in this situation where hardly anybody is able to experience the content that they've spent months generating. Because there's a shitload of work that's going to Ragaroid, right? Absolutely fucking loads of work. And yet, you're in a situation where nobody's seen it.
Right.
And then, if you're a developer, let's say you just spent, your job is like, well, someday you walk into Blizzard's office, you're smoking a bowl because it's Blizzard and you're rolling in the dosh. You just rolled in your Porsche with the 20s, right?
Straight to your desk.
Straight to your desk. You've driven to your building-sized desk,
nice.
Right? And you've got your 12 PCs in front of you. And then somebody says to you, dude, you're working on Rag Heroic, and you get this massive stonk on because you're working on the last boss in the dungeon. So you're like, yeah, baby. It's, I'm just rolling it, son. And then suddenly you turn around, and what happens is nobody sees it.
The best thing about Ragnaros that you've just developed is less than 3% of the people.
Yeah, nobody's killing it. You know why? Because it's too hard. Well done. You bell end.
That's it.
And can you get out of the door, please?
Yeah, but have you thought of it like this? The fact that they might be only incrementing nerfs very gradually until it's like literally at the front door of the last content.
Yeah, they do that every time anyway. That's a given. That's a given. It's a given. It's a given. It's a given. We're going to get there. The problem we're basically seeing, though, is Blizzard is slowly turning us into a very casual game, purely because the player base does not have the time, the ability, or the time in general to learn new mechanics quick enough to cope with their content, and therefore it's not being seen. Because they're investing millions of dollars into generating this content. You've got to understand that, right?
Yeah.
So what do we need to realise? We need to realise that WoW is going to get really fucking easy very, very soon.
Yeah.
I mean stupid easy. For people like me, not for the current player base. This is my point.
You've experienced.
I've experienced so much. Yeah, exactly. So if you're an elite, it's not great to be an endgame raider right now, because all we're going to see is the content is going to get even easier, or it's going to be constantly reused mechanics, so the new player base can see it. And it's not a great time for WoW in terms of that, and that's why I'm sceptical about 4.3. 4.3 raid just hit the PTR, okay? In the two first bosses were put up, they were both killed in sort of pugs very, very quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, that's just the way it is.
Did you say raids then as well?
Yeah, those are the raid bosses. Both of them went up, both of them were killed really, really quickly, and quite frankly, that is just the way it's going to go. We're not going to see more than that. And for us endgame raiders who've been playing 6-7 years, we have to bear that in mind and appreciate that. I don't think it's fair that Blizzard should have to cater to the hardcore anymore. I think guilds like Paragon Method, who are really sort of dedicating so much time into it, are really going to feel the bite hard, but they are in such the minority of being 2.2% of the player base that Blizzard, as rightly so, is not going to cater to them.
Wouldn't it financially be better as well to cater for the majority?
Well, that's what we've seen over the years. Like, the game has got easier and easier and easier. The only other way of fixing it is fucking by making it so we don't have a constant gear update every time a new instance comes out. Let the people who are working on sort of Bastion of Twilight and Firelands continue to do so, and then when the new content comes out, it's designed for you to have Firelands heroic gear to get into it. As we did in Vanilla, there was loads of content in Vanilla. You had everything from Molten Core all the way to Naxxramas with no gear updates in between to bring people up to those levels. You had to go through Molten Core, you had to go through Blackwing Lair, you had to go through AQ40, and then you could start thinking about Naxxramas. And they never updated the gear, and the game thrived. The game absolutely thrived at that point, and that's what's important, is that I don't think we need to be updating everybody every time a new raid comes out. I don't think that's fair, because it's pretty obvious the previous guys still haven't seen it. So there's no need to say, well, yeah, fair enough you've not seen it. Doesn't matter, mate. We're going to just bring it up to the next level.
We're going to raise the level cap. You can
we're just going to give you the gear for the next raid anyway, you know? So, yeah, 4.3 is looking a bit ropey. It's not looking great for us hardcore raiders. And I'm not hardcore anymore by any means. I shouldn't use that word. but it's not looking good for endgame raiders at the moment, who really like to sort of get early fast kills. I think we're definitely going to see the endgame bosses getting considerably easier as it continues to go on, and I don't think that's a bad thing, even though it negatively affects me. That's the thing, it negatively affects me, because if the content's easier, there's not much challenge in it for me. It negatively affects me, but I think that is where we're going to see it go. And I think rightly so. We need to get more people visiting this content. They need to be enjoying the game more. And at the end of the day, they're the ones that pay the bills. 2.2% of the 1,200 or 125,000 guilds that did the farm content are not paying the bills for Blizzard. It's the millions. Not 125,000. It's the millions. The millions and millions of players who are actually paying the bills. That's fact off. That is end of story. That is how we're going to roll it, all right? So it's just the way it is, and that's how I see it. So that's my 4.3 rant.
Peter Griffin grind my gears off.
And that's what grind my gears.
Diane.
So back to you, Ghost, anyway. What's going on with you? Let me calm down a minute and grab a little bit.
The main thing being, I think, the Avengers trailer.
The Avengers trailer. Guys,
for a nerd like me, that's like Nirvana, right there.
I hope you guys have seen the fucking Avengers trailer this week that came out. If you don't know what the Avengers is, it's Marvel and X-Men, and they're combining all the major Marvel films of the last 3-4 years.
They've basically been setting up for like the last 5 years with like obviously Iron Man, Thor, and so on. But the trailer was amazing. Like you had a bit of a teaser at the end of Captain America, which was really a teaser, but it was a nice like stage setter for what the film's going to be. And then they released obviously this one. This week, I think it was Tuesday, where it was more of a look. It's obviously established that Loki's going to be the main end guy. I think, to me, it's a bit of an inside choice for the main character to be the enemy. But at the end of the day,
why do you think it's inside?
Because obviously people.
Why do you think it's not outside?
It's a little inside, I know. Loki. If you're not into your comics and stuff like that, there's only a very small margin who will know who Loki is, unless you've obviously seen Thor. And stuff
you know what bothers me? Loki has changed in every film I've ever seen. Loki has been used. If you look at Dogma, Loki is the angel of death. If you look at Thor, he's the god of mischief.
That's what I mean, though. It's a different style of mythology.
So I just think he's a bit of a git.
It's not going to be Ben Affleck, though, is it?
It's never going to be Ben Affleck, because what?
Let me say something. It's not going to be Ben Affleck.
It's not going to be Ben Affleck, because one, his chin's too big, his shoulders are too wide, and Matt Damon is not involved.
Well,
no Ben Affleck.
He says, fuck you, Reindeer Games.
Fuck you, Reindeer Games. No Ben Affleck, and that pisses me off.
But yeah, the trailer looks awesome. It does set the stage, but I like the... It's a true story. They actually tried to incorporate some sort of tension between not the characters but the actors, because there's obviously a lot of tension between the.
How do you mean they like tricked each other?
They said like it's not so much like shit stirring, but they actually said like maybe set them up like a bit backstage, nothing that'll harm them against each other, but they tried to get it so they wouldn't be pally and stuff like that backstage. That's a true story. That was on like.
What would you do?
Oh, dude, that's not the best question for me. I would go to town on every bastard.
Who would you go to town on? Obviously, you're never going to touch Downey Jr.
No. Bromance.
Maximum brofist to Downey Jr.
I think I'd probably go for Mark Ruffalo, who plays a Hulk.
Why would you go for Mark? Have you seen his hair? It's luscious.
He looks good, and I know that there was bad blood between the director and Edward Norton, which is why he's not playing it. Yeah. But that's all it'd be. I'd be an arsehole. It'd be like Mark Ruffalo shake his head, like, you're not Edward Norton.
Did you fart on your hand? Would you fart on your hand and give
him? Would
you stink palm him?
Yeah, totally.
Would you send him a cupcake?
That's it. I'd wait for him to be sat down on a chair. I'd walk past and I'd guff. That'd be it. But I'd do it all the time. But there's so much good shit in that. I mean, it looks like you've seen the clip where Captain America, like he's obviously old school, and he walks past Robert Downey Jr. and says like, "Big man in a suit of armour. You take that away, what are you?" And obviously the swagger is like billionaire, philanthropist, playboy, and then walks off. He's like a big fuck you. But yeah, I'm hyped for that.
I'll tell you what, Downey Jr. pretty much wins my Baller of the Week award every fucking week. What a guy! He's an absolute superstar. I love him to pieces.
But like, look at it like this as well. I mean, it's a little off topic, but same sort of superhero thing. This is released in May next year, I think. Dark Knight Rises is June, so hopefully there should be a Dark Knight Rises trailer as well, like within the next 4 weeks or something.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I am looking forward to that. That's going to be smoking.
Also, a little subtopic is I watched Warrior the other week with Tom Hardy. It's like a UFC thing. A bit cheesy, but at the end of the day, it's a big beatdown film. Looks awesome.
Yeah.
And he basically got approached for that while he was weight training to be Bane. And you can obviously see it in the film. He's not like, you look at him front on, he doesn't look like he's ripped, he's massive. And it's so strange, but when he turns his back to you, he's got muscles on his, like...
muscles on his muscles?
His muscles on his back to his shoulders look like a pair of wings. They're like biceps on his shoulders. They're insane. But yeah, I love that film.
He's like Arnie in Pumping Iron.
Exactly, yeah, that's it.
I mean, Pumping Iron is one of the classic films of all time, and Arnie in it, it reminds me of Bane. Like Lou Ferrigno.
That's like ultimate homo right.
Oh, it is. I tell you what, I'd rub one out to that any day. I would rub one out to Lou Ferrigno, the same for Arnold, because that's the best of both worlds. That's like the ham sandwich. That is the mayonnaise in my ham sandwich.
That's the bicep ham sandwich.
Absolutely love it. So yeah, Avengers, it looked fucking awesome. And yeah, I mean, but you didn't like Thor, and you left me the Thor Blu-ray.
Yeah, I bought it, brought it around, and left you to watch it. I didn't like Thor because it's just me being a geek again. It's the first 20 minutes in Asgard are amazing. I love it. So much kick-ass and a lot of like decent CGI, which you don't see in a lot of like blockbusters. But then when it comes to Earth and it's all that humbling journey of humanity and stuff like that, and a couple of like, you know, oh, I'm going to take your picture for Facebook and stuff. I hate it. I hate those little niggly parts. It's going to have them because it's obviously what the demographic wants, but I just hated it. And then the ending was a bit of an anticlimax as well. It was like a really short battle. But I can't remember the bloody name of the character. Idris Elba, who plays the Guardian of the Bridge. He was badass.
Yeah, he's fucking old school, that guy. He would look
Heimdall. That's the one.
That guy's a boss.
You just don't mess with him.
He is a boss,
He is
isn't
good.
he? He's a total boss. He's more boss than me rolling out on all my main characters.
But you enjoyed that, didn't you?
I did enjoy it. I didn't mean.
You should have been able to see that face, guys, and that he pulled me. It was like a corner of the mouth. But I did enjoy it.
I did enjoy it. I enjoyed it quite a lot. I enjoyed it very, very much.
But yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant. I'm looking forward to it all. I mean, I wish we could film us watching the movie, because, you know, I'm going to be rubbing one out. It's going to be brilliant.
Which one?
Any.
All of them.
Every film ever made.
We'll just rub one out and like web stream it. I like it.
It'd be hard.
Nice.
Games. Let's get back on the gaming subject.
Okay.
One big thing this week is I played Rage. And because we're raiding once a week now, and it's quite hard for me to raid so little. Literally, I went on holiday to come back to kill Rag Heroic, and then it's like, what the gear they got my guild got in 3 weeks, made Firelands Heroic so boring. I'm not even joking about how bored I was. I mean, and it's sad really, because I'm very much about efficiency. I want to kill every boss really quickly so we can have a break. But to go from doing every boss and being sort of like, yeah, it's involved and you still got to do a bit, to doing nothing. I only went away for 2 weeks, goddammit, and I was without internet for a week, so I missed 3 raids. I come back and they can't do it. They just smashed the whole instance to pieces, and we were out of the door within 2 hours, so I had to buy a new game. So I bought Rage, which was plagued with problems from the start, because it was a console port.
I like the slicing as well, didn't it?
It had screen tearing, it had some texture issues, and getting over that, because I'm not one for saying, well, my PC is like a boss, which it is.
Like
so,
I
I mean, you can see this PC here, and it's warming me up real now, and you know why?
Why?
Because it owns. Right.
I should have let it set there because it owns silence.
It is the frosting on my cake, this baby.
Nice.
It really is really nice.
Don't rub your PC.
I'm rubbing it. I'm rubbing it. The only problem with it is it was touched by my brother, and fail.
No way.
He's a stiff fingers.
Oh, he's not ham fingers.
He's ham fingered. No. He's full on turkey legs. If I was to put my brother's hands on a barbecue, I'd be full for a week.
Try and get him to dial your number on a BlackBerry.
And film it. Cried his eyes out. Oh.
That's your own brother.
Oh, I love him really. He did. He made it. He made my PC into an absolute beast for some loose change as well.
He does something strange for some loose change.
Well, he wasn't that strange. He built a PC, but I know what you mean.
Thanks.
So I think he did with that jelly that time.
Let me just take that knife out of my bag. Nice. So yeah, games, dude. Carry on.
Yeah, Rage. Games. So Rage, brilliant game actually. I really got into it. If you played Borderlands, it was sort of very, very similar to Borderlands, like scarily similar in some places.
Borderlands.
Blubberlands. The problem is that it was so good that I got annoyed when it finished so goddamn quickly. I know. I don't want to highlight that bit. I want to highlight this.
Was he on about me?
Look how long it took him to type that. That is proof of being a stiff fingers, for being a fucking full-on turkey legs.
Type something. So he actually, if you would have pressed it without the delete button, it would have been like this. What was he talking about? Me? I shit you not. Unbelievable, Rob.
That extended F wasn't intentional. He just couldn't get his hand.
He can't take it up quick enough.
He can't take his turkey fingers off the F quick enough.
Hey, hand fingers.
That is a full Christmas dinner's worth of typing.
Pigs in blankets.
No. They get some gravy with that comment.
Yeah, go back to Borderlands.
Blubber Rage. Yeah, and Rage gives you a BFG, right? I was so happy.
Don't give anything away, dude.
It gives you this big fucking gun, right?
Oh my god. Gonna dance around it with the same thing. Go.
Yeah, it gives you this big fucking gun, which not abbreviated doesn't mean anything. Right?
Don't abbreviate big fucking gun.
Because it might give away the end. Alright?
So it gives you this MP5.
Yeah, it gives you this really shitty gun. No, it gives you this small effing pistol.
No, back it.
Yeah, and he says to you, right, this woman comes into you, she's so intense. It's like talking to that chick from James Bond, who was the Russian girl who used to strangle you with her legs. On a top, Xenia on a top. You remember her from the Golden...
on a top.
I'll say that again, because that rocks my balls.
Xenia's I gave it on a top.
Oh, do you remember GoldenEye 007 on the N64? She was my favourite bit. I just stayed on that scene, even though she was like 2 pixels. Hot 2 pixels.
Nice.
Hot 2 pixels. Nice. So, yeah, she was like so intense to her. She comes up to me and she goes, "There's something in this last building." Like the way I censored myself, not to spoil it.
Yeah, yeah.
Something big. Something scary.
It sounds like a porno.
It's a good job you've got that small effing pistol.
And that wrench, Mr. Plumber.
Yeah. No, it's not a porno, man.
It was delivered like one.
So yeah, you get this scene comes up, and I'm thinking, cool man, I'm going to have this epic boss fight. And not to spoil the ending, this really good boss fight occurs, and it's not disappointing at all. And it's really, really good.
Not to give anything away now, like, I remember you saying just when we were eating before, you used all your earned currency in game to purchase ammo for this weapon. Well, how many rounds of this small effing spud gun did you fire?
Let me put it into context with you. I'm such a miser. I'm like Scrooge in the game world.
Miser?
Yeah, I'm a miser. I love that. You don't love that word. That's Russell Brand territory, baby. It fucking rocks.
What do you mean?
It means if I've got a quid, and you're gonna die if you don't eat a pasty that's a quid, I'm not going to buy you a pasty. I would rather see you die than part with my pound coin.
I cooked your dinner.
Yeah, but it made you pay.
I don't even feel bad about spitting in it now either. Yeah,
not only did you buy it, you cooked it. You see the way I slipped you the monkey?
Absolutely.
That's because you're a turkey fingers.
That's what I mean. I'm a turkey fingers. I'm a boss turkey fingers. So carry on.
Yeah. I'm a total Scrooge with my ammo, so I might get this. There's like ammo called Big Mamas and Fat Boys, which blow the crap out of the enemies. But I only get like 18 or so through the game unless you build more. So I don't build a lot. I save it for when I really need it. And I never really need it because I can sort of make do with other weapons. So by the end of the game, I've got all this really cool ammo, and then they give me this small spud gun pistol, and I've got like $3,000 dues.
Okay.
So I rock on up to the vendor.
Is that a lot of money though in comparison to the game?
Well, I assume so.
Did you buy anything?
Yeah, I bought this ammo. I'm getting to that bit.
No, I'm just saying, cause, like in comparison, I mean, like look at it like Warcraft. Like if you had 3,000 gold against someone who's got 50,000 gold, it ain't a lot.
Well, sure, if you wanted to not buy anything, you could have more.
Alright, bitch.
That's common sense. But put it this way: I left the shop after buying small effing spud gun ammo with £197 left, or dollars, dollar dues, whatever the fuck it were. So yeah, I loaded up and I thought, right, I'm going into this last mission like a baller. I'm just going to rock in with my small spud gun and I'm going to blow the place to pieces. Although, because it's a small spud gun and I don't want to spoil the ending, it would be very unimpressive.
Sounds like the harpoon of topic there. So impressive.
I never fired it.
So without giving away any sort of plot, it was a bit of a disappointing finish.
It was definitely pulling out at the vinegar stroke and never finishing. It was definitely being balls deep and then the door closed.
On the other end of that spectrum, dude, Gears 3, the finish to that was epic.
Oh, Gears 3, yeah.
Hollywood-worthy epic. That game, it was... all year I was waiting for Deus Ex.
Yeah.
That was a game for me. Finished it, loved it, thought, yeah, there's nothing going to be better for me for a while, because I waited a long time for that. And then I got Gears 3 purely because I played the first two. The game was okay, I enjoyed like the story and stuff like that, and Gears 3 came out, every game, every fight scene, because they incorporated like a Borderlands, a 4-player drop-in, drop-out system as well.
Yeah.
But every gunfight, every cutscene and everything, and then it was like the last one in the franchise, they're not going to do a spin-off or anything like that. It was just completely closed up, and it was epic. It was a really, really good finish.
Yeah?
But, yeah, so I'm basically juicing that one for a while.
You're juicing it?
I'm juicing that one. That's what I'm having that one.
I'm juicing
it. But, I mean, like this month, like, you've got other ones coming out, like you've got Battlefield coming out, Batman, Forza, and stuff like that. For me, because I'm trying to watch a budget, I was going to get Batman this month, like taking a bullet for Battlefield. Battlefield looks amazing, don't get me wrong, but I'm a fanboy of Call of Duty, and that's why I'm dodging it for Batman. But I'm not going to buy Batman now, which we'll get to the reason why sort of later on. But yeah, I'm just milking gears at the minute. Batman looks amazing, Battlefield does, and Forza was released on Friday, which has got some really rave reviews as well. Like everyone I know at work is actually playing through Forza as well. But yeah, Gears, man, oh my god. If I could afford it, I would sit there in a cog armour and just not move. That's it. I would get up in the morning and then, like, Susanna bring my toast in, I would cut that toast in half with a fucking lancer. I would chainsaw the table in half.
I'm just impressed that you've managed to train your missus to bring you breakfast.
How's yeah?
Last thing I got from Emma was herpes.
Check, please. But yeah, I mean, like, that's criteria. It's like, okay.
What, she ticks the boxes?
She's like, do you want to go out for a meal with me sometime? Do you cook breakfast? Yes, I do.
Do you cook breakfast?
Hells yeah. Like a boss.
Hey, you're pretty hot. You want to go out sometime? Yeah, sure, okay. Do you cook toast?
Sometimes it backfires. It's like, I'll say it to them, how do you like your eggs in the morning? They'll say, unfertilised. So it's like, that's going to be like, yo, check please. But yeah.
Get your coat.
So that was good.
I'll get my coat.
Yeah, we only like talked a tiny bit about it before, but talk about The Way of the Warrior again, dude. You uploaded it this week. When was you able to upload like larger videos like that?
Say again, mate, sorry?
The Way of the Warrior. It's like a 48-minute video.
Yeah, that's a struggle on YouTube. I mean, we're still early days YouTube, and that's what we sort of need to move on to this topic a little bit. Is WoW, it's very difficult to break into the sort of WoW scene. Regarding, I've got 6 years experience, I've got world kills under my belt in terms of progression. You're trying to eat a monster lunch so quietly. You look like you're trying to bone your missus with the mate next door.
With the mum next door.
You've got to start spitting crumbs across the entire room in it like a shredder.
Ain't my room.
No, beef. Beef, 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 beef. We roll in the beef. You got two men tied in a small room. It's all about the beef.
All about beef. We got to say beef.
Yeah, well, so let's get back to the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel's doing amazing. We're up to like 1,200 subscribers, which I haven't done any promotion for it. Everybody who's subscribed to my channel has found it under their own steam. Now, I was very aware when I started the YouTube channel, because I did Way of the Warrior nearly, did we do that 3 years ago?
It's longer than that.
You think so? When's TBC? Maybe you guys in the chat can answer that. When was the Burning Crusade, or when towards the end of the Burning Crusade is when I did that video. And we loved making it. Now, YouTube seems very small then. Even the big guys like Swifty and stuff were basically just doing the odd Warcraft movies video, and we were doing that. And then we created that video, and it was an overwhelming success. It was front page for ages. We were absolutely gobsmacked. I fucking swear.
Your niece is a boss.
If Jenny Kiori, and I know who you are, was here, she would have one red cheek like the beef monster munch, and the other cheek would have a footprint on it. So I tell you, one of them's
That's your
getting
blood dog.
Well, she'd see some blood. Fucking bitch.
Her dad's in this channel.
Yeah, and he knows.
He sat there nodding away. She was downstairs and kick her ass.
Get him, go kick your ass.
So go.
Yeah, so we did that 4 years ago, and then we kind of left the scene, and we had, thousands of requests. I mean, no exaggeration, thousands of requests to do another one, and I basically could not build it inside of me to do another video like that, because it was 6 months dedication.
Should try to do it on a PC then.
I don't know why you're here.
I'm going back. Oh.
Yeah, get your coat.
Go on, sorry.
You're fucking turkey fingers sat there.
Ham fingers, bro.
You ham fingers.
Ham fingers.
Honey-coated, baby.
That's what I'm having.
But yeah, exactly. This is the fucking issue, right? So the YouTube channel came about when I thought I really wanted to make videos again. YouTube was starting to was well more than taken off. No, I shouldn't say starting. YouTube was huge by then. And so and I play WoW. So naturally it moved into making WoW videos. And I had something different that I wanted to say from everybody else out there, I thought. One, I wanted to be PvE orientated. Everybody and the mother does a PvP movie. And just talks about themselves playing PvP. And one I personally find just watching videos of people play, especially PvP, happens once so fast. And if you don't know the subject matter really, really well, you can't really pick up on it, which wasn't great. And then you had the other issue, which I thought was important, is that elitist pricks. elitist pricks. So people who like myself and who've been playing for... No, I'm not saying I'm an elitist prick, right? I'm saying that people who've been playing for 6 or 7 years encounter a new player and abuse him so badly, when he leaves the dungeon, he becomes a sort of a ridicule, they bar him and all sorts. Now, true, some people are really bad. Can't get away from that. Never going to say we can change everybody, but there is millions of people who out there who are either new to the game or are playing an alt or something like that. They're not really clear on what they should be doing and generally perform quite badly. Now, and it's difficult when you to search out. So you have people searching out individual people, and a lot of the guys were basically a guy hitting a training dummy for sort of 30 seconds saying, you should press Sinister Strike, followed by Eviscerate.
God.
Then you will do DPS. It was bullshit, right? It's absolute crap. Training dummies are one of the fucking worst idea of showing DPS ever because the...
Oh, just one sec.
Alright, I'll shut the fuck up, shall I?
No,
just
sorry.
fucking get me coat. Sorry, guys, I've got to shut up. I'm fucking going.
No, did you say it automatically tells you what to press? Or was it...
No, this is what these guys did.
Oh, someone will actually say to them what
No,
to do.
well, even that, they weren't even saying it a lot of the times. There was a lot of the videos was a guy stood in front of a training dummy, attacking it, and then there'd be sort of words put on in the background saying, your rotation is Sinister Strike times 5, then Rupture. And it was, I mean, not even in that voice, even that would be more entertaining than this guy just posting up the fucking words in the background. So I thought, you know what, people like the Way of the Warrior video. All I did there was talk like we normally do all day.
Yeah.
Pretty much. This is how we chat. So it makes sense to make a video using my experience, because I don't end-game raid anymore. I'm not into the scene. I don't want to dedicate that much time to it, because I don't think there's much reward in it anyway. Becoming world first WoW guild gets you very little benefits in terms of what you can produce as a whole, and definitely nothing guild wide. You might get to the odd events. I mean, if you take Paragon for instance, number one guild at the moment, they're very lucky in the fact that a lot of the events they visit are very close to them. Some of them are even in Finland. They're a Finnish only guild. A lot of the events they visit are sort of in Finland anyway, and most of the time it's 1 or 2 people from the guild, and a guild consists of 30, 40 people. So there's not really much reward in pushing it to the edge anymore. Sure, I don't think I could maybe play there now. I'm not good enough anymore, I don't think. I've certainly let my play slide a little since I became less involved in the endgame.
I know.
I know. It's so bad. So, yeah, it's a case of getting these videos out there and just adding a spin to it and then showing them in action. I don't even think my bit where I go over the talents and glyphs, etc., is the best part. I think that bit's sort of mandatory. You've got to tell people how to spec. Exactly, more about understanding what your talents do, because it's very easy to inspect somebody and copy their spec. And a lot of people will say, well, I've got 3 points in here, 4 points in there, 5 points in there, done. I've got the same spec as the guy from Paragon, I'm going to do max DPS. They don't read the talents. And it's very important to know what are your talents doing, because even just reading them tells you what you should be pressing, really. If a talent says to you, well, your immolate does 20% more in terms of the Warlock, you're probably going to have immolate up a lot. You feel me?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Shit.
You feel me?
I feel you.
Damn!
Damn! Bow!
You feel me? So that's why I thought we'd make the videos. But I am very aware, and we've spoke about this a bit, is that WoW is a very difficult market to break into. We want YouTube to be a success. We want to grow. And we want to get ourselves out there to do things. And it's difficult. It's not going to happen in WoW. I'm pretty sure of that. But what we have got, and what we're talking about a lot, and there's a lot of buzz at the moment, is both of us are going to be, and this is really amazing for me, and it really excites me a lot. I mean, a lot. Let me look deep into your eyes while I explain to you how exciting this is.
I feel like I'm there.
Do you feel like you're inside me?
Oh my god.
I'm really excited that we're both going to be... You're getting a PC.
Hells yeah.
And I can't wait for that, because that means that we're going to be able to play some games together and do some co-op and just have a general chit-chat. Because nothing we do better is... I mean, we're still getting to grips with sort of podcasts and stuff like that. I mean, this is like the 3rd one we've ever done, and it's probably wanking. You guys fucking don't give a shit, but whatever. Fuck you, you don't have to listen. Only joking, guys. I love you guys. But, yeah. But basically, it's going to be me and you just fucking talking, doing that shit and doing what we do best, which is why Way of the Warrior was so successful. Is it wasn't us, thinking of things to do. We just watched the video and we talked about it. We're going to play some games together, and I think that's going to be fucking amazing.
Yeah,
but more importantly, is Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Dude.
Star Wars: The Old, not the new. The Old Republic. We're going to be trying that out.
I can't wait.
Talk to me.
I'm teary.
You are the guru at the moment of Star Wars: The Old Republic, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I wouldn't say.
I'm just going to put on my serious voice for a moment.
Like the Actors Guild did.
Yeah.
So serious I couldn't move.
I can't describe how exciting.
I was dodging that game, primarily because it's an MMO, but it was over a series of watching it in work and then we went round to your brother's for the weekend and watched a couple of videos there and stuff, and I've started really to pay attention. I love Star Wars. I love MMOs.
Before you carry on, I just want to point out how grateful I was while we were at my brother's for you taking over the keyboard so we didn't have to watch him type so slowly. Continue.
Don't worry. Well, that's it. I'm all about recon. I walked in, saw the ham fingers,
You did.
moved him.
Well, it's easy to spot a drumstick, isn't it?
That's it. It was the breadcrumbs on the outside, bit of the honey mustard. But yeah, I was just watching the videos. The thing for me is, it's the reason I'm getting this is the reason why I'm not back in WoW, because WoW is completely immersive. There will not be a time where you can play WoW and there will be nothing to do. Whereas in Star Wars, it look obviously there's going to be a lot to do, but it doesn't look like you've got to be on every day at a certain time, do this, do that. And I just love fucking Jedis. That was it.
Well, from my point of view, I've looked very briefly into it. I've gone briefs.
Nice.
All right, I've gone brief into it, and I am very, very excited at the prospect of getting back into tanking. That is where my love lies. That's my passion. That is my fury.
Not only can you be a tank, you can be a Jedi tank.
Doesn't mean a great deal to me. I've got to be honest. I'm not saying I'm not down with the trilogy. I'm not saying I'm not down with the trilogy. I'm just saying I'm very excited to actually be playing a tank again and learning to tank again. That was awesome for me. In World of Warcraft, when I finally switched to tank, that was fucking amazing for me. It's because I do consider myself, and I've been told by people that I was a very decent tank. Yeah. Maybe certainly not the best in the world, but whatever. I thought it was decent. I wasn't ever better than our main tank in the Guild Kill Count Lost, Erebus. Erebus was a fucking machine.
Apollo.
Yeah, exactly. Erebus was a fucking machine. I was nowhere near as good as him. But I enjoyed it so much. I mean, I raided for probably 6 or so hours at a time with Kill Count Lost, non-stop tanking.
So did I.
But you were bad. And then you had, but with no breaks, because when you're a DPS, you can sort of take a break to go for a piss or something like that, or maybe a whiskey or something like that. And when you're a tank, you can't do that because you've got to continue the chain ball. You've got to set the pace of the dungeon. It was so focused and intense. I mean, I would literally end the raid with my brain going 100 miles an hour and take me about an hour to cool down and really I had to watch TV for an hour. So if the raid went on till 3 in the morning, I wasn't going to bed till 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah. I needed to quiet my brain down. And I loved that. I was so immersed in it. I would tank trash like a boss. I would be everything like a baller. I was just the best fucking player in the world. And
Well, yeah, also the whole thing of most classes in Star Wars can do the Trinity. You don't have to rely on them, but you can have like one of the Jedi specs. I can't remember if it's a Guardian.
I'm a Jedi Guardian. That's the tank.
Yeah, but I know. But I'm saying that Jedi as well can be a tank. It can be DPS, and it can be a healer.
Couldn't give a shit. I'm a tank.
I just grab my coat.
Couldn't give a toss.
But
I'm going to be tanking, and I'm going to go on.
What'll be interesting for me, especially, is to see you can have ranged tanks. Like the smugglers can be a tank.
Yeah, not doing that either.
And stuff like that. All right, okay.
Just saying, I'm not doing
that.
This
format's going. You carry on.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. You be a ranged tank.
Why was penal sword fight?
I'll tell you what. I could wish I had a bat. But you're totally right. They got rid of the idea of the Holy Trinity. I'm very excited about that. But I think it's a bit of a gimmick because from what I can tell, if you want to be a tank, you've got to be a Jedi Guardian.
No, you don't.
You do?
No, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
Dude, I've been watching videos.
I think it's about as efficient. To put it in perspective for you, as a Unholy DK going into Blood Presence. Yes, you do the threat. You can hold aggro and all sorts. But if you're a Jedi Guardian, then you're a tank, pretty much.
No, the thing is though, like the raid is showing like you can have a Jedi Guardian at the same time as a trooper.
Well, like dual spec?
No, like in the raids and stuff like that, but you don't have to be. I can see what you mean in eventualities. It's probably going to go to this is the best time.
Well, as a min-maxer, I like to maximise my classes. So
I see what you mean. That's where it's going to go down. But the way that it is at the minute is you can have pretty much any of the play styles, and they can do healing, tanking, DPS. I mean, even the Guardian, who's a single lightsaber spec that you were talking about, they can heal and DPS. It's not just the.
I'm not healing.
I'm not healing. Screw that. That's why your niece is playing.
Curie can heal. Jenny Curie's healing.
We called it.
Called it.
Boss.
Sorry, unfortunately.
And your brother can...
yes!
I'm in. And when your father comes back, you can tell him that he's Brewman.
Well, even on this note, there's some fucking things about Star Wars that I'm hoping for that I don't know about. Maybe you can answer that. Is one, can the Americans play with us? Because I'm only guessing and hoping, really, that people like Genji and RH do play. And we have a lot of American friends from past MMOs, don't we? We do, and they're brilliant fucking guys, except Genji. But most of them are okay, except Genji. But in general, everybody's a really nice guy, except Genji. And but yeah, as long as everybody but Genji can play.
I think Genji can play, but I think there's only a healing spot.
Right, so Genji would have to be a healer.
Genji would have to heal, yeah.
Okay, so I can understand that. So when he actually installs the game, although the rest of the classes will be lit up, realistically speaking, the game will bug out and probably restart his whole server unless he picks a healer.
We can only hope that that happens.
I can only imagine that's the only possible situation. Because Genji is a brilliant healer. I don't know if you've ever tried to see Genji heal, but it's like watching a blind man fuck a doorknob. It's that impressive.
Did you stop and try to picture it?
You take it in and realise how stupid it looks.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it?
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? And there's nothing that hurts me more than fucking bad players trying to play a fucking important role. In fact, I hope the Americans can't play with us. I scratch that, take it back. Just because of Genji. I'll miss RH.
You've got like an open, loving hippie to Hitler.
Sorry, but he makes me angry, just his existence.
Well, you can't base the Americans on Genji. I mean, look at RH. I love RH.
I love RH.
He's fighting for the people.
I wish you'd do me a better background, but he's alright.
Don't even get me started.
Lazy prick.
You know, the thing is, like, I'm a designer. I look at that and all I can do is shake my head. So many inaccuracies. But no, the closed beta that's actually going on now is just literally, I think it's 8 servers, just multi-language, but it is like if you're going on the English language, you go on the English server.
Alright, well, either way, if they do play, I'm sure we can start something out. Like I've done for me while we buy him an EU account or whatever. But, you know, I'm only hoping on that. And I'm certainly not suggesting I'm switching to... I mean, we are talking about the YouTube channel here, so I will be sort of streaming. I don't want to play the beta because I want to play it fresh.
Same as.
Because I think it's important that people understand how you pick up a game and start to play it and how you get into that role. I'll live stream all the leveling, so people can watch that and they'll talk about it more. But I'm certainly not giving up WoW. I'm going to try Star Wars out, and hopefully it works out great, because I'd love to play with you guys again, except Genji. But in general, I'd like to play with yourself, RH. I could reel off the list of 30 people, and you know he's not on that list. Genji's not on that list.
Oh, God damn it.
You didn't make the cut. But yeah, I'm very excited for it. I'm just excited for a new game. I don't particularly care about Star Wars background and lore. I've got to be honest. I'm not that interested in it. I'm not interested in the WoW background and lore. I couldn't give a shit. I'm interested in the play style. I'm interested in being a tank again.
Lightsabers, dude.
I don't care about a lightsaber.
Something
I just don't fucking care. I just don't care. I couldn't give a toss. I really don't. I don't care if I'm a giant fucking Tauren or I'm a fucking Yoda. Although that would be cool. I don't care what I am as long as I can hold aggro. Genji's not in my group. My brother's not in my group.
Your brother's brewing up?
My brother's brewing up. Genji's on the wrong server. That would be brilliant. And also, and more importantly, getting the guys who watch the YouTube channel over to onto our server. Let's say, I'm going to announce the server I'm on. I'm going to say, guys, if you're going to try out Star Wars, because we'll all get a month's free trial anyway for buying it. It's at Christmas weekend, which is fucking bobbins.
It's a Thursday before Christmas.
It's a Thursday before Christmas. So, one, that means Emma needs to go out somewhere and just not bother me. Wherever. I'll just get a lock for the door.
Do you know the best part of this game is? I've not told my girlfriend that I'm getting back into MMOs.
I thought you told her.
No.
Alright, well, can you film that? Because that'll be great viewing.
No. That's why I'm happy that it's actually just a text screen that you're broadcasting to the listeners, because I will be fucked up.
Well, I'm sure that conversation's going to go really well.
I'm sure I'll have something nice to tell it.
Well, you can put it out that it's cheaper. That is the best thing.
That is my cornerstone. It's like if
it's so much cheaper than console gaming.
Yeah, if I buy a console game a month, it's £44 a month. That's if it's one game. Whereas Star Wars is $8.99 a month. And
there's no fucking way a console game lasts you a month. I'm sorry, it just doesn't. Rage lasted me, 3 days?
The only way that console games last a month is like Call of Duty, like Gears of War. If they put a leveling system in where it's grinding the same thing, that's the only way they can do it.
And achievements, if you're into achievements. So if you're not into achievements, like I'm not into achievements at all. I couldn't give a shit about achievements. So for me, that once I haven't gone back to Rage since I finished it. I literally finished Rage, turned it off. I've not turned it on since.
Yeah.
And I had no reason to. I could go back and sort of upgrade my car to the max. Why? Finish the game. You know, why would I do that?
It's not a good-looking car. It's not even a Prius.
It's not a Prius, is it? You know what it's not? Eco. And I'm all about the eco. Did you see me throw away my cans earlier? Went in a separate bin. I know.
You sicken me.
I saved a tree that day.
Oh my
So yeah, look forward to Star Wars, guys. And any guys who want to play with me and talk to me in game or anything like that, we're going to be announcing the server we're going to be on. I'll live stream all the leveling. It's going to be fucking awesome, guys. To be fair, it's going to be absolutely amazing. And so it's going to show you how I develop as a player into an MMO, because obviously the rules are different. It's a whole different ball game.
It's like the Truman Show, dude.
It's like the Truman Show. We're going to spin this show real wild.
Nice.
Real wild. I can't see... We've got the last expansion coming in World of Warcraft, which is 4.3. Judging by the level of difficulty and what we've already talked about, I just generally don't think the last raid's going to last too long, unless the last boss is ridiculously hard like Ragnaros. So we went 6 out of 7 within like 2 weeks.
I think
and then the last
with it
boss
being
lasts
last content, they're going to make it max impossible. Deliberately.
I might just knock it on the head then, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
If that's the case, I don't think I'd give a shit that much.
Yeah.
No, but I love the guild I'm in now. Darkstorm fucking owns. My guild right now is awesome. It's absolutely fucking amazing. And those guys there seems to be some sort of discussion about that, Star Wars. It's mainly for people who used to be in the guild and are not really raiding now. I'm happy doing what I'm doing in Darkstorm. We're raiding 1 day a week until 4.3. I don't think the last bosses are going to last that long, which is kind of shitty. But in general, I think it's going to be okay.
So,
guys, if you want to start posting us questions now, we're going to be watching the screen. So we'll start answering them in a very, very shortly. I know we're up to an hour now, but we've just been rambling on like a right bunch of knobs.
Really quickly, though, I know that RH has said what he liked to play. Shot out of a cannon, Jedi or Sith?
We will be playing Republic, if I'm correct. I actually want to play Sith. So yeah, we'll start with that question, shall we, guys? What are we going to be playing, if you're interested, is we will be playing the Republic. We'll be Jedis. There's nothing to do with me, actually. This is purely down to everybody else who we're going to be playing with. Is everybody wants to be
It's a
Jedis.
demographic.
RH wants Sith, so that's him out. So maybe him and Genji could be a Sith pair of bummies.
I was hoping that it was Genji that had opted for Sith. We'd say, go Sith, and then we'd just roll Jedi and kill him.
RH and you red dildo. I think you can have a red lightsaber anyway if you're Republic, because it said you can have any colour. Do we know you can, is what I'm saying.
I don't think it's been disclosed. All it's been disclosed that you build your own lightsaber.
You build your own lightsaber and you pick a colour, RH. So, but I do agree that Sith robes, and I think the whole outline of a Sith looks cooler. Not that I'm not bothered about my character. If let me put it this way to you, like this is how I play my main characters in World of Warcraft. If tomorrow they said Troll Death Knight was miles away better than an Orc, I would change anyway, although I think trolls are disgusting. For my main character, I'm very much min-max. I'm not saying I'm going to dedicate no life into Star Wars at all. I've still got WoW commitments to meet, and that's okay. But if that turned around and said, I would just switch instantly. That's just the way I roll. So I would just fucking... that's what I would do. So whatever character I play, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about the looks of the armour and that kind of stuff. Obviously, if I have the choice, I'll make it look cool. Why the hell wouldn't you? But it's like WoW with the transmogrification that's coming in 4.3, with changing your armour to like older sets. One, I'm a Death Knight, so I have no older sets to pick from. GG. But two, I just don't particularly care. Yeah. Certain items look cool, no doubt. Me and Genji like to talk about this a lot. Like, transmogrification's coming, we were talking about old items. Because the obvious ones are Judgment armour, things like that. Bloodfang armour, all this kind of stuff. Generally tier 2 armour, which says a lot about that tier 2 armour set. It was pretty fucking amazing. How cool they are. But I was thinking more like the odd single items. One, Thunder Fury looks cool, but you can't have legendaries. You can't change to those if you've got one.
You can change weapon looks as well. So.
Yes. Wow. So we were talking about weapons like Maladeth, Runeblade of the Bronze Dragonflight. If anybody ever saw that, it was a proper cool sword with a big gold hilt on it. It was awesome. I picked up my Ash Candy the other day. Nice. I have an Ash Candy, but I need to change a sword for a sword, and generally Frost DKs are dual wield, so that doesn't work. And we were talking about Chromatically Tempered Sword, if you remember that one.
The one-handed rogue sword.
The one-handed rogue sword. So dual wielding Chromatically Tempered Sword and Maladeth in Bloodfang armour were the coolest looking rogues in game. Yeah. And every time I saw one, I thought, that looks fucking cool, man. There's no denying it at all. That looks fucking sweet. And as I've said on my channel a million times, just enjoy the game sometimes. Stop trying to power grind it.
That means that I could have a paladin looking like a Spartan, but actually have that level gear.
RH is buying the collector's edition.
$120.
I won't be doing that. The last time I bought a collector's edition of anything, it was a waste of time, and it was collector's edition of the Burning Crusade.
Yep.
It had stills in it that I never looked through all of them. And
a mouse pad.
Yeah, a mouse pad and a pack of playing... Oh, I've still got that. It's there.
That is in fact.
I used the mouse pad, so I paid an extra probably £60 for a mouse pad.
I was looking at it the other day though. The only thing is with the limited edition one is you get all this like gimmicky shite, but the cooler stuff, like like the in-game stuff, you get anyway from pre-ordering digitally, hard copy. So no, I don't think it's worth the extra, $90.
No, collector's editions are a bit of a rip to me, I've got to be honest. The last time I bought one, literally, I had game design set pictures, which were pretty shit, I thought. Yeah. I don't really care. And cards, and it had little items in it. I think I was supposed to get like a in-game pet, which actually fucked up on release, and you had to cut.
I remember that.
Yeah, you had to cut up the box and send it to France to get your in-game pet. It's retarded. Who's going to pay for the box?
The only one. I've been sucking into. I feel like I got the Gears of War limited edition because you got some cool shit with it. But the best one that I got was Modern Warfare. We got the night vision goggles. I sat in my front room in night vision goggles like a 3-year-old playing it, and then when Suzanne walks into like the front room or something, I'd turn around with a pad in my hand and night vision goggles on like a deer in the headlights.
The night vision goggles,
dude, they were amazing. They were so good.
So amazing.
You couldn't play with them on, but like fuck it, I just paid 90 quid for them. So like you'd sit there in it, and then like she'd turn around and like she'd walk in like I was masturbating or something.
Oh, It's nothing worse than getting caught, especially on the new towels.
Deer in the headlights.
Untrial. Are you going to do a guild? If yes, is my asshole welcome to join?
Only your asshole. Your skills are not welcome, like Genji.
Well, obviously be able to join a guild. We'll make a guild together. I'm not massively asked about racing to sort of end. I have had offers already, just to put it in perspective. I've had offers to join old members of top guilds who are also re-rolling Star Wars. But they are going to be sort of turbo nerd into max level and fucking turbo nerd into max level and then going straight to the end game raiding, much as I did in World of Warcraft. I'm not going to be doing that. And oh my god, I've actually not been reading chat that much. Hello, Kane. You hacking bastard.
Nice.
Every time I receive, if that's the Kane I'm thinking of, I can't believe you found the stream. But if that is the Kane that I know, that is the Kane who has been banned more times in an MMO called Neocron than anybody in human history. And literally, I believe at one point even crashed the server because he made so much fucking gold.
Awesome.
This guy, Kane, that is old school, man. I haven't heard from this guy in, when did we play Neocron? 5-6 years ago?
Yeah.
What a good time to eat, you fat bastard. Holla, Kane. Holla at you. Yeah, 2003, dude. Shit, man. That's like 8 years ago. Fuck. You still are 12, Jenny, you knob. But yeah, fucking... Holla, Kane. Nice.
It's your family.
Yeah, and that's why I did take the brunt.
Alright, fair enough. You knob.
Yeah, man. Fucking amazing. Who else have we had here? Mother Russia.
Just really quickly while you're doing it.
Go on.
Apparently the servers on release are not separated. It's only separated by language, not by where you're playing it from. They might incorporate separation as it gets larger to like lower ping and stuff, but
yeah,
the separation isn't like that yet.
Well, if you're talking about UK and West Coast America, which is Genji,
West Coast.
Genji, you're West Coast US, yeah.
Nobody cares, Genji.
Yeah, Genji, I think you're West Coast US. That's a lot of difference, isn't it? West side. Well, we'll call it the coast because we're not G Monies. We've got a bag of revels.
Speak for yourself, dude.
Well, you're gangster.
I'm gangster.
I saw you rolling on dubs.
Shit.
Popping nines.
Popping nines?
I don't know what it means.
Popping 40s.
Popping 40s. You know what I watched the other day? Dogma. And you know what the best line in the whole movie is? Snoogans. It's fucking brilliant. He beats the shit out of 3 guys and he goes, Snoogans. It's fucking genius. Fucking awesome. Oh, absolutely fucking love it. Yeah, Snoogans, man. So awesome. Yeah, well, holla to you, Kane. Regarding that question, as Andy's just said, he seems to be under the impression that it's language based. Now, you've got to imagine the majority of the language speakers are English, even in Central Europe, although they might be from Finland, Romania, whatever, they all generally speak English, so there's got to be some sort of server connections there. Snitchy bitches.
Do you know they're doing a tour in December, Jane Silent Bob?
I don't want to watch that.
No, do I?
No, neither do I. He's a bit of a fat knobhead now, isn't he?
He's cool. He's on a podcast.
Kevin Smith?
Yeah. He's so cool. So it was like a 3-hour podcast.
He looks like he sweats a lot.
He probably does, he's fat.
Profuse. Word of the day toilet paper. Profuse. So fucking looking forward to Star Wars. Any more, just as general interest, because we haven't really brought this up to you guys before, can you just post exactly how many of you are going to be playing Star Wars and whether you'd be interested in seeing some content? I
know that, like I can say I'm a boner for Jedis and stuff, but we were talking about this last weekend. There is a separation, like in pre-TBC, that the Jedi have certain classes and the Sith have certain classes. I thought they were just named differently. But
surely they are for balance.
Well, no, they're not. Like, you can be a bounty hunter as a Sith, you can't be as a Jedi. You can be a smuggler.
That makes sense, but is the smuggler not a bounty hunter?
No.
Are we sure on that?
Yes. Like, the bounty hunter's got like jetpacks, flamers, rockets and stuff like that. A smuggler doesn't. Smuggler's got blasters and droids.
Let's do a big shout out there to Thomas Moore. Welcome, Tommy. Nice to see you, man. I hope you are called Thomas, unless you're a girl or something, or you're 2,346 years old. But I'm going to call you Tommy from now on. You're Tommy from the stream. Grats.
Tommy from the stream.
What were the answers we got here? I might have the American version. Well, I don't want to play with you anyway, Kane, because you're probably going to hack it. Kiori's playing, so I probably won't.
Genji, are you going to play?
Jenny from the block. Jenny is certainly not from the block.
She is. Hey, don't be fooled, dude, by the rocks that she's got.
She got some rocks?
She has got some rocks.
Hey, that's getting a bit ropey for me. I don't want to be in that territory. I already pre-ordered the American copy. Well done, dickhead.
What about people who are buying it digitally?
Well, I'm buying it.
Work? if it was that sort of same thing with WoW, where you had to like go through all the rigmarole of sorting out other people with their codes and shit, how would you do it through Steam?
Steam is fucking awesome.
How would you cross them over so that the Americans are playing on our servers?
I don't know. The only way we've done it in the past, and yeah, it's no fucking problem for me to sort any of you guys out at all, because you can all... I mean, I think Genji owes me about £8,000.
You're saying that I was called G Money, listen to you? Shit.
So
like
roll.
A boss.
Well, I remember I can buy them for you, and that's how we've usually done it in the past.
Yeah.
It's usually something to change in the config file. Like usually, it's just changed the letters US in the INI file
to EU.
To EU. Yeah, it's something as fucking stupid as that. But yeah, we can sort that out. That's no fucking problem at all. I've no interest. I've no issue with that. It's not as if it's an issue we've never run into before. But yeah, no, that's an interesting topic there brought up by Untrill there. Let's reread it for him in the style. Can you do me a voice?
No.
Okay, I'll do a voice that... This is the voice I picture when I speak to Untrill.
Go for it.
Digital buy? Hell no. I want to feel the box. Smell the new ink. And it will make me use CD-ROM player once a year.
I totally didn't think you were going to drop that then.
Well, you see the way I did?
I mean that's a big Rusky, like Russian sort of like...
Alright, hang on.
Digital buy.
See, do that.
No.
Alright, I'll do it. Digital buy? Hell no. I want to feel the box. Smell the new ink.
Smell the new ink.
Smell the box. Smell the new ink. And it will make me use my CD-ROM player once a year.
Epic.
You like it?
Dude, chills.
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 Multiplying.
Nice.
How did that voice come out here? Well, if you can't see it, but I've actually got my a-hole about a millimetre from the mic, and I'm fucking rolling my cheeks.
Oh my god.
I'm dropping an Ace Ventura right on you people, but I can break into multiple voices any day, any time, motherfuckers. Dude, I'm stoned, sorry, Kane. What were we answering anyway? Fuck, man, I'm so... Digital buy. Digital buying, I am totally digital buying. I have no understanding why anybody wouldn't digital buy a game.
Well, that'd be a first for me, because I don't digital buy.
I've done it twice, 3 times. I digital bought StarCraft 2, I digital bought WoW Cataclysm, and I digital bought Rage, and by far they were better than any purchases I've ever made in the past, which is awkward, because we're talking about buying a game, but queuing up for TBC... Do you remember, funny fucking story right here, I'm going to drop this bomb right on you, queuing for the Burning Crusade to come out. Do you remember our experience when we did that? Was it Wrath?
Yes.
Situation for you here, guys. We've got about 10 minutes left, unfortunately, and I know you want me to do that voice again, so I'll promise you I'll do it at the end, but I'll pre-warn you, King. Yeah, we were buying Wrath of the Lich King, and so we rolled up to none other than the G unit of Tesco.
Nice.
Tesco, baby, which is like Walgreens for you US guys.
Walmart.
No, Walgreens.
Oh.
It's the shitty Walmart. It's fucking awesome, and it has the best aircon in the universe. So yeah, we rolled into fucking... No, it's Walgreens, you West Coast dick!
If someone was going to object to that, who would it be?
The guy with the snot-coloured fucking
Smallest
avatar.
penis.
The world's smallest penis award goes to Walgreens! Not Walmart!
CVS.
So yes, we went to Tesco, and we were surrounded by bads, weren't we? We were. There were some seriously bad players, weren't we? And they were asking us, do you have a level 60? Whatever it was at the time, level 70 maybe? I have a level 70.
Yeah.
he has an epic sword.
Can I join your
And
guild?
I was like max gear capped from, if it would have been Wrath of Women TBC, so some well time. Yeah, so I was gear capped. I
You
had,
in kill count, weren't
I was in kill cap main tanking, so I had every piece of fucking gear you could get in the game from raiding. And so I was like, man, this is really bad. And I was an elitist prick back then. Don't get me wrong, guys. I've only recently started to see the bigger picture in WoW. I used to be a previous fucking giant knobhead. I hated noobs. I thought you were bads. I thought you were proper turkey fingers.
Ham fingers, dude.
I prefer turkey. It's less fat.
That's what I mean.
Ah!
Hey, you say revelation.
Revelation! Fucking fat-fingered prick.
That's like your brother, man.
I hate my brother.
God.
Jesus. So yeah, we go to Tesco. I was surrounded by these people, and they were all really scruffy cunts as well. I mean, I've never been the sharpest dresser in the fucking. Oh yeah. Sorry, I just clocked what we were saying. What I did wrong
the
there.
The C-bomb.
So like. So, yeah, we're not allowed to swear too severely like the C word because we got shouted at last time. We got a lot of complaints about our podcast being too raw, so you'll notice we've toned down the swearing a little smidge.
You have.
Nice use of the word smidge there, by the way.
Nice.
I want that noted and highlighted.
Word of the day toilet paper.
Word of the day toilet paper? Smidge.
What mine was today.
Profuse.
What mine was? Bouse.
Bouse. Yeah, and he was so bad, and they kept sort of like easing towards us, almost like a disease creeping towards you. And they were going to ask me. This reminds me of Erebus. Erebus plays from Greece. He's the better tank than me. Erebus is a money guy. He likes playing the auction house, and he has sort of 1 million gold in game. Okay, and he has all these bads because he plays in a net cafe. So he has all these bads or new guys to the game or casual players.
Bads? I've never heard bads.
No, bads is quite an old thing. So you're just bad for not knowing it. So you're a bad.
That sucks though. That doesn't dress them down like dicks.
Okay, so he's got these people who are not as progressed. Okay. How about that? Would you like that? Okay.
Modifying.
Yeah, they're not as progressed. And he said he was like over his shoulder looking at his gold, right? And that was what it felt like for me when we were stood there. You know, they were crowding us in. They were going to start asking us questions.
Did you turn up in your tier 3 armour or something?
Well, I was packing my clown's pocket shield.
Nice, I remember that.
No, but I just released The Way of the Warrior at the time.
Right.
Oh, it had been out for a month or so.
Yeah.
Because it was towards the end of TBC. Now, I wasn't trying to be an ego boost, but I remember as an elitist prick, I was spammed for months and months in game, and nothing like that had ever happened to me before. So I was spammed for months and months in games from players. Well done for your video. And people around the server recognised me. People from all over different servers transferred to my server to play and talk to me and stuff like that. And it was very unusual for me at the time. And I was still young. I mean, I was probably, how old were you then? Like 18 or something? Or how old was I?
Probably about...
I had to catch him out there because he's eating. Yeah, so I was about 18 or something. So I even Genji got whispers and stuff like that. All of
But they were insults though, weren't they?
Yeah, why are you ruining Preach's video?
Genji. Yeah.
And I actually thought, God, I hope they don't. How would they know me? It would be impossible.
Like Dean Cain in Family Guy.
Yeah,
He's sat on the bench. Hey, is that Preach? Oh, God.
It was so bad. I mean, I just feel, thinking back of it now, I just think I was so immature, like ridiculously immature. If they were talking to me, I was like, "Oh, don't talk to me." I'm Breach. I'm Hall of Fame Warcraft movies.
I can't believe I used to hang around with.
No, I was a dick. I fully admit it. I was a total fucking penis, guys, and he wouldn't have been friends with me because I was just. I was going to say the C word. I was going to say it.
You was a complete see you next Tuesday.
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
And then we bought it, and we had to queue up for so long to buy the game.
Go through the spec of it though. They did a midnight release at Tesco, but it was no pre-orders and nothing like that, and they had 15 copies in store.
15 copies.
So when about 80 people turned up, then they started giving numbers out on paper. Luckily, because we're like, a bouse, we got there early and we got like a first couple of them, but then like just walking away from people that weren't going to get a copy. I love that shit.
You loved it.
I love it.
You remember we walked out holding it in the air. We were in college.
Like a spinning middle finger without saying anything.
I remember walking out holding our copies up like we were reading the back.
Yeah.
Like
slapping people's faces with it as you walk past.
Excuse me while I just move my copy of Wrath of the Lich King over to this hand. Yeah, we were really gits. It was so bad. But yeah, we had to queue for at least... We had to go really early. We went like 2 hours early, so we went about 10 PM at night.
Yeah.
We then had to queue for another at least 30-40 minutes in the shop, and we were lucky to get some of the first 2 copies. Then we had to get home and install a game, which took nearly an hour.
Yeah.
and then we could only start playing. So we missed the servers came up 2 hours before the game was released. And so if you pre-ordered it digitally, you actually got another 5 or 6 hours of play. And I remember by the time the game installed...
It, though.
What?
They took the servers down. I remember, we set up at your house, and we looked for, like /search Death Knight, and then there was loads of people, and then they reset the servers, and whoever made a Death Knight, they actually cancelled.
I don't remember that. I just remember that by the time the game actually installed and we could log in, I was exhausted.
I remember that.
I was tired as fuck. Yeah, but we'd been up for hours. We couldn't. What I did for Cataclysm is I basically slept until the game came out. I digitally bought it. It was already installed in my system. I already had Cataclysm. All the game files were installed. I could literally walk up to the borders of the new zones, and if you walked into it, it just kicked you out and said the game isn't released yet. But they were already in-game. And all they did is, if you pre-bought it, they just said, right, game's launching now, guys. This system message came across. Restarting the server, just log back in. Cataclysm's released. I would never buy a fucking copy of a game again.
What are you going to do about Star Wars?
Same. I'll digitally buy it.
You're not going to play it at midnight, though?
Well, it will, because I'll already have the game, and then they'll just turn the servers on, and boom, I'll be in.
Play it at midnight?
Yeah.
Good. I'm just checking.
Well, that's your question. That's the question. You confused the shit out of me then. So what are you talking about?
What I'm up against.
Well, I assume we're going to set something up, aren't we? We generally set up 2 PCs in the house. Do you remember last time? Now, this is a funny story of last time we leveled. This is true, this. It was about... We were doing Wrath of the Lich King. We were doing the 70-80 grind non-stop, weren't we? We did 7-8. We turbo nerd leveled. You were re-rolling? Did you go Death Knight?
I re-rolled Death Knight.
Yeah, so you re-rolled Death Knight. So you were a ways behind me. Dewey! This guy... let me finish my story. I'm going to talk about this guy in a sec. So we re-rolled. You re-rolled Death Knight. Join kill count lost with me.
Yes. I
was leveling my warrior, trying to be as fast as Erebus, who was faster than me, like, consistently, which annoyed the shit out of me. I fucking hate that guy. And then fucking 5, 6 in the morning. We've been playing for only 5 hours because of the digital release and stuff. We didn't actually start playing until like 1 a.m. or something like that, okay? So it's 5 or 6 in the morning. We're on Pringles, and remember we watched the best of Will Ferrell from Saturday Night Live almost on loop. Really. It was so awesome. We were playing DVDs on the big screen, and we were just at remember we modified the room, so we had this huge space.
Either side of a great big TV.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
just had like Will Ferrell's Saturday Night Live.
You bought like 40 DVDs. It was a great night, actually. And then about 5 in the morning, I leaned back because I had the big chair at the time. Do you remember I had that big leather back chair?
Bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna!
Well, I leaned back on this big chair and went flying. Do you remember? And I'm a big guy, I'm like 6'2".
Yeah.
I don't weigh, I'm not a feather. And I went flying. I leaned back on my chair. It's the middle of the night. Emma wasn't there.
No.
But we were at my mum's house, actually, because it had the big room, and she was sleeping. I went flying, and it come down with such a bang that I nearly went through the floor downstairs. I went flying over the fucking thing. And just because I don't know what I was doing. I think I kicked back to lie down.
No, that chair in your bedroom, you broke like the limiter where you can lean back on that chair. So that's why you always leant forward. But when you lean back, and obviously you're tired, you forget about it. You just went straight over.
And you were like half asleep at the time. You've been on the monsters.
I think I was running against a wall asleep.
Yeah,
and that was what woke me up. But like I woke up like to the crash of your fucking legs in the air.
I was just lying on the fucking floor. I'm trying to re-simulate now, but I'm not going to go fly. I'm fucking lying on the floor and laughing my ass off at the prospect of what I've just done. It was so fucking stupid. We've got like 10 minutes left, guys. Any more questions from anybody from the YouTube channel, from you guys? Fire them at us quickly.
Do you remember, just really quickly, TBC release? We bought that with the hard copies, and I can remember that Tyrant grinded solidly from 60 to 70. Then he sent us a picture through MSN or something of his eyes. You know, like Satan. That was scary.
Yeah, he's scary, dude.
That was scary. But
well, Tyrant's a scary guy.
Acid's a hell of a drug.
Whatever, man. That guy's fucking mental. He's a different kettle of fish, and he owes me about 10,000 gold.
Nice. Yeah,
something like that. Because I got him to play in Dark Light.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, we're going to need a tank. You're fucking decent. Tyrant, come and play with us again. I'll guide you through it. Joins the server, give him loads of gold, logs in, takes all the gold, and logs off and never plays again. Look at the Irish. Look at the Irish. That wasn't that brilliant, to be honest. What a git. But yeah, he's a fun guy. So, a lot of the old guys come back and play, and it really is.
I like that. It's like the same. Obviously, we meet new people on the way, but you get like the same sort of base who, even if you don't play the same games.
Well, to be fair, Genji's holding up the fort in a minute. The old school people I play with, even you don't play now, and
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Is like it's still the same people who have played for like the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, it's quite amazing about
Still
MMOs, really, isn't it? That is the difference between MMOs and FPSs and all that kind of stuff, is you meet some incredible people. I mean, I've had people from all over the world come and stay at my home who have played WoW. We went on our trip to Amsterdam and met people...
From Dark.
Yeah, we met people from guilds. Genji didn't come and see me when I flew to the US.
Do you know what?
I feel I did the hard work.
I don't feel like we're in
RH is actually East Coast, and I was in Orlando, and he fucking wasn't there.
RH, if he was
Where was RH?
in Korea, he would have made the flight to see you.
I fucking hate RH.
I love RH.
Do you know he did me a shit wallpaper for my YouTube channel?
No.
He did. It was Bobbins.
Let's dwell on it.
Let's dwell on it. Let's bring it up more.
I'm in the fucking army.
Yeah, you're in the Navy, don't lie.
It's true. Sailor boy.
Oh, North Carolina. Yeah, that's pretty far away. That's East Coast, I think, isn't it? Oh, West Coast. Yeah, that's pretty far away. It's Jeff Hardy country from the wrestling.
That's South Carolina.
Pretty fucking close, if you ask me. It's
Not really.
Territory.
No.
Territory.
Not buying it.
You're not buying it.
Idiots.
Yeah, so I haven't met those, and I feel sad I haven't met Genji. I've got to be honest. Not to emotionalise the situation, but I'd love to meet him. You know, it's been fucking 7 years.
Yeah.
And the aim of the YouTube channel, as we've always said, guys, is if we ever get partnered, and we hope everybody here is subscribed to our YouTube channel, because there's going to be a lot more coming to it. It's Mike Preach WoW. If you do subscribe to it and just check out the videos when we post them up, even if you watch them once, if eventually we get partnered, the aim is to get us to BlizzCon next year, so we can fucking cover it. I want to take my big mic. I want to get a T-shirt that says "I'm the boss."
No.
All right, I'm with the boss, and
Yeah.
you can be the boss.
Like a boss.
Oh, you can be the boss, and I'll be like a boss.
But it's like BAWS. So.
And generally, we'd like to fucking get to BlizzCon next year.
Your T-shirt
So,
says
yeah.
holler.
Yeah, well, I'll have
T-shirt, holler on the front, but the A's run round the back. Yeah.
That sounds.
That's
Funny.
that next level shit, right?
That's
there.
next level. That's turning up to 12. So that is our aim with the YouTube channel, is to get to, if we can make it, we're going to give it 12 months, guys. We're not going to cut anything short. I mean, I love doing it. I love doing the YouTube channel. It takes a lot of work because I work sort of 13 hours a day with my real life job, and doing the YouTube channel on top of that, because you can imagine it's a lot of graft. But I love it. I fucking love doing it. But ultimately, if it doesn't make it's not getting us anywhere in terms of something we can do sort of long term, then it's a waste of time, isn't it, at the end of the day.
I think it's going to work. It's just a shame, and obviously it's nothing to do with you, that it's so late into the game that it's, you've suddenly got the resources to do it, if you know what I mean.
Absolutely. But if we can get to fucking BlizzCon and we can cover it in our style, because I see these guys going there, and the only people at the minute who are really inspiring me for what they're doing.
Who was that guy? I'm going to make this sound.
I don't want to name names. I don't want to name names, but there's. I know. I'm down boy. Down boy. But yeah, it's a case of we want to add our own style to it, and we want to make it more fun, because WoW's too fucking serious. People are too serious about games these days. They're a fucking game, man.
It's not enough high fives.
It's not enough high fives. There's not enough bro fists going on. It's all about the bro fist, and we only do it to each other online. It's a fun forum combat bro fist. I want to see a bro fist live at BlizzCon. I want to make a crowd bloodlust. I want to generate some fucking noise.
That'd be a fucking epic. If you had the following to make like a crowd of people just go, I'd be there.
There's the dream, guys, and we want to fucking make it happen. And you guys are the people who can fucking make it happen. Quite frankly.
Broke my throat.
You okay, mate?
Yeah.
You alright, pal?
Yeah.
Come on, friend.
I'm good.
We need a cough button.
Cough button. Shit.
It's okay, friend. Yeah, we want to make the crowd bloodlust. I mean, I'll fucking make that happen. I tell you what, guys, if we get to fucking BlizzCon next year, I will get a video of fucking people bloodlusting. RL. I'll fucking do it.
Just pointing at people and they go like a bounce or holler.
I want people hollering at us, and I'll holler straight fucking back at you. And I want to meet you guys. I've met some of you already. I don't want to meet Kane, though.
I don't want to meet Genji.
Oh, imagine.
I wouldn't mind meeting Kane.
You know, if we go to... This is a promise. This is a promise from me and you to Genji. If we make it to BlizzCon next year, through the YouTube channel, we're not going to invest any of our own money into this, guys. If we get Genji there, Genji can be our cameraman and I will pay for his ticket.
I don't want Genji to go.
I want to see him struggle. I want to see all that guy sat on his ass all day, smoking. Because you know if we give him a camera and a shitload of batteries, he's going to be bollocksed after about 20 minutes.
Dress him up like an 80s cameraman, a shit hat back to front and like a Hawaiian shirt and like...
I want to look like Data from the Goonies.
Dude, that's the dream.
Isn't that the... Yeah. Genji, if I pay for your ticket to get to BlizzCon and we make it there next year, I want you to look like Data from the Goonies.
What if we have Genji's ticket in BlizzCon and we won't let him into the door until he does the truffle shuffle?
Hold on.
What are you showing me? What's going on? Data from Goonies.
This is fucking brilliant.
Your net isn't.
There's Genji at BlizzCon. Genji at BlizzCon. I want this. This is what I want to see, guys. If you're watching the stream right now, alt-tab in if you're playing something else. But that is what I want. I promise you I will bring you this in real life if you get us to BlizzCon next year. That is a fucking guarantee. Alright, guys. Unfortunately, unless we've got very sort of seconds left, really, guys. Any last-minute questions from the guys from the YouTube channels or anybody who wants to holler at us very, very quickly? It looks like Data already, Genji. You get in there.
That's a spirit dog.
Oh, well done, mate. You fucking... Can we get a clap for Genji?
Can they?
That's Genji fucking working it like a boss already. What a fucking bromance.
When did I turn Asian? I should start playing this.
You turned Asian, Genji, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 comments up.
Look at your own emote, idiot.
Look at your own emote, you dumbass.
Get 2-pack for that.
If you want... Do you want me to do the voice again?
Yeah, but whoa, Genji, type something for Preach to do in the voice.
And which voice? The girl one or the scary one?
The scary one. Kane's stoned, it'll fuck his shit up.
Alright, yeah, Genji, considering we've ripped on you quite a lot, mate, give me something to say. I'll do it for you.
Unreal Chinese as well.
Take your time, Genji, to think of something funny. Fuck me. You know what this is? Turkey fingers.
Ham fingers,
Ham
dude.
fingers! I need a ham fingers t-shirt.
You need a ham fingers sign. Like a post-it note on your screen, not turkey fingers. Please say I like little boys.
Yeah, nothing that's going to get me in prison, Untrue?
Say it. I want you in prison.
In fact, you've already said it, so we can soundbite that.
What?
You said it when you read it. Genji's still typing.
Do it in your
I don't know what the 3 letters is. I must have some sort of chat blocker.
It's because you're not over 18.
Right.
I'm gonna find you, Unreal. I'm gonna take you down and make you grab your ankles and scream for you to squeal, baby.
The only bad thing with that is Genji can't spell ankles.
Well, to be honest, you probably had to retype it 4 or 5 times with them ham fingers.
What a retard.
What a retard! Guys, that is us done. That is the end of the fucking podcast, guys. I'm really happy you guys tuned in. The next time, 2 weeks?
Yes.
2 weeks' time, guys. We're going to be talking a lot about... I'm going to buy another game. I might stream a little bit and put some up on YouTube. I've got loads of guides coming this week. We've got some more stuff to talk about. Check out the YouTube channel, Mike Preach Wow.
Before you cut it, though, let's do like an E-Honda 1,000 slap high five. Go.
That was really fucking weird.
Gay.
I don't even know how you got me to do that. That was gay. Just forget that ever happened. We'll cut that out. That was fucking so... That was so weird. I'm so uncomfortable right now. I can't even explain it. A fucking... Oh, we've got shields! Well, there's only one man here who can drop his shields for us, and that's our man Ghost. Get off the fucking food, man, you fat bastard! Jesus!
Sorry, dude. You've had that one monster was there for like 20 minutes.
I know, but you just eat it.
Eat it, dude.
No, I'm not going to eat it.
It
Go
looks
on.
old.
Let's go shields.
Shields! Shields!
Beautiful! Yeah, shut up, RH. That's it, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for tuning in. What? Fuck me?
Before you quit, you gotta say, like, you know, what's gorgeous and logs out.
Oh, right, okay. What's gorgeous and stuff.